Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Sunday Showdown presented by the fifth quarter. And Browns are 2-1. We're coming off another victory week. Sean and I went to the game last week. It was absolutely lit. Um, Shout out to the Bears fan that was sitting in front of us that was just in his feels the whole second half of the game. That was pretty funny. Muni lot was fucking lit. Excuse my language. Sean and I parked right in front of a DJ, so that was actually really turned. I mean, it was basically like a party in the Muni lot. It was pretty cool. So, other than sitting right in the sun, I must say, 10 out of 10 Browns game to go to. Kareem Hunt played great. Love to see it. Um, yeah, overall, great day. So, starting out, Sean posted the question of the week asking, after a 9-sack performance, has Joe Woods figured out our defensive scheme? 6% of the people said absolutely he has. I wonder what drugs they're taking. 81% of the people said not yet, but it's promising. And then 13% of the people said no, it was the Bears. I picked not yet, but it's promising. I think that's like the pretty obvious answer. I mean, and it's not yet because it's the Bears. You know what I mean? Not saying that they're not a great team, but do it against do it against good a good team. Yeah, you know what I mean. Um, do it against now. It'll be late in the season when they play the Packers, but you know, it, I don't know. It's the first game where our defense really like showed up. So I think the sample size is very small. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree
So
100%.
you come out and you do that against Arizona in 2 weeks, then I'll maybe be more convinced that he has figured it out. Um, but just right now, like I said, the sample size is just too small. And like I said, it's also the Bears. Justin Fields didn't know what he was doing. Matt Nagy is a terrible coach. So it's, like I said, the sample size is too small and it's not a very good sample. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah, I voted the same thing. I think, like you said, that was definitely the obvious choice. Um, Hats off to the people who said 6%. They're clearly on the Joe Woods wagon.
Yeah.
Um, it was definitely promising. I don't expect us to have 9 sacks every week. I mean, that was a fantastic performance. But
Right.
as far as having the right guys in the right positions, and that sort of thing, like having Ronnie Harrison be the kind of roaming linebacker, having Delpit back deep with John Johnson, those sort of things. I think that's kind of why I look at it more. I mean, the sacks will come, and Miles Garrett and Clowney. It was only a matter
Right.
of time before they clicked. We knew that was going to happen.
Oh yeah.
But as far as the back end, with the way they're rotating guys, bringing in Owusu to blitz a lot, those are the sort of the things that
Yeah, and we
we
talked
talked
about
about
them
wanting to see that, and
literally.
we got it, and look what we did.
Yeah.
So if we can continue to do that against, like you said, the next 4 or 5 games are relatively good teams, and I'm not going to knock on the Vikings. They've played pretty well so far. It's almost kind of like a trap game, um, where they're a team we should beat. We're playing
Yeah.
in Minnesota. Stefanski's homecoming. There's no reason why we shouldn't beat them. But they do have a decent offense. I mean, Kirk Cousins is average, but they have Thielen and Jefferson and Cook and Matson and a lot of guys that can do
Yeah.
some damage. But if we show up like we did last week, not too concerned. The only thing well, I know I'm kind of getting off topic here, but um, I'll,
Yeah.
I'll save it
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
preview. But yeah, it's definitely promising.
Right.
Now let's just keep it rolling when we get to the games that actually matter.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we could just jump right into the Bears recap, you know. Um, to wrap up first segment. Um, Browns had 9 sacks, most people agree that, it's, Joe Woods hasn't 100% figured it out, but it was a promising thing to see. So, moving on, like I said, Browns versus Bears recap. Picking up right where we left off, the defense played great. Jadeveon Clowney, 3 tackles, 2 sacks. Miles Garrett, 7 tackles, 4.5 sacks. Tack McKinley had a half sack. Denzel Ward had 3 tackles. Ronnie Harrison had 3 tackles and a sack. Um, Jeremiah Owusu had 4 tackles and a half a sack. I mean, the defense just played very well. And the secondary really didn't have to do much because Justin Fields wasn't throwing the ball. He could
Couldn't.
barely get out of the backfield. So it's our defense played great. You love to see it. In terms of the offense, Nick Chubb he didn't play terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
22 rushes, 84 yards. It is what it is. But Kareem Hunt played outstanding. Um, I mean, the dude, 81 yards on 10 rushes and a rushing touchdown, and 74 yards on 6 receptions. I mean, I've been wanting to see Kareem get the ball out of the backfield. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's what we were doing with Felton. I liked it, but I felt like Kareem was the more experienced back when it comes to doing that out of the backfield. Now you want to line up Felton, out in the slot or whatever, fine, go ahead. But I was happy to see Kareem get the ball out of the backfield. Um, so I especially in Cleveland to see Kareem like do that, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, we've been kind of waiting for that. The first 2 games, he's got his touches, but it hasn't been like that.
Yeah.
And like you
Yeah.
said, Chubb didn't have a bad day. The only thing he just didn't score a touchdown. But I see
Yeah.
22 rushes for 84 yards is kind of right on par for what he's been
I mean,
doing.
he had a couple big runs.
Oh
He had
yeah,
a couple
yeah.
big
But
first down
you
runs.
could kind of tell that it wasn't a Nick Chubb type of day as
Yeah.
far as running. And they could obviously they figured that out and like let's just
And
feed Kareem Hunt
did you see that video? It was a mic'd up video. They had Kareem Hunt mic'd up,
on the
and
sideline.
and Nick Chubb said, "They're on my ass today. Um, uh, today's all about you," or something like that. And it was just cool to see
Yeah,
them
that's.
getting along.
Oh yeah.
And then the whole after Kareem's touchdown run, he or his touchdown, um, he was like saying like how much he loved like the city, like and that it was just like super dope to see.
Yeah.
Makes you really really like. And I posted a tweet after I seen that saying that like I hope Kareem Hunt knows like how much Browns fans like appreciate him. You know what I mean? I
Oh yeah.
love Kareem Hunt. You know, seeing him play in high school and then play for his hometown team and my hometown team. Great. Moving forward and moving on with the second segment. Um, let me see. Let me see. Baker Mayfield was sacked 5 times. Kind of a high number. Um, is our offensive line struggling, or is the Bears' defense that good?
I think it's probably a combination of both.
Yeah,
And I don't necessarily know if it's the offensive struggles as not as in sync as they should be.
yeah.
I don't want to, I'm not saying they're bad because we know they're one of the best offensive lines in the league, if not the best. But Jedrick Wills was banged up. He wasn't fully healthy. That could have caused a little bit of lapse of, oh, you're supposed to pick up this guy, but he couldn't quite get there because, his ankle or whatever the case is. Um, they kind of had an off-ish day. You never want your quarterback getting hit 5 times. But on the flip side, like I said last week, Chicago's defensive front has always been solid. They've
Oh
always
yeah,
had a solid defensive line. Now their linebackers and secondary have always not been the best, and we said that coming in. So it's not a huge surprise that he got sacked a couple times. I don't want it to be 5. I would be content with 2. I feel like every quarterback gets sacked at least once a game.
yeah.
Um, 5 is it's not a great sign. We'll see. As far as I've heard so far, Wills is, he's healthy now, so that should play an effect. But I wouldn't necessarily call it offensive line issue yet. Now, if it happens again, then we can say, okay, we got a problem. But I don't want to say
Right.
I'm content with 5 sacks, but it could have been worse, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it could be worse. I mean, Baker could have had a shit ton of turnovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the way I look at it. Is in like take the sack, don't throw the. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like don't throw the pick, don't make stupid decisions. So trying to look at my bad. I'm trying to look at like completion percentages. Who has the best completion percentage? And Baker Mayfield is fifth with 73.8. My man, MVP Dak Prescott, is in first place, 77.5. But either way, you know what I mean? That's completely off topic. Um, Baker Mayfield didn't have too great of a game either. Um, okay, I shouldn't say it like that because he didn't do anything wrong. So he had a good game. 19 of 31, 61% of his passes, 246 yards and a touchdown, no turnovers, got sacked 5 times. I'll take that every day of the week. You know what I mean? With a rushing attack that we had,
Hmm.
and I'll take that every day of the week. No turnovers, threw 1 touchdown. You missed a couple shots there. Um, it is what it is. But like I said, I'll take that every day of the week. Um, Speaking of offense, we hit the Odell Beckham prediction right on the head. Five
Yeah.
receptions, 75 yards, 1 touchdown. We missed the touchdown, but OBJ had 5 catches on 9 targets, 77 yards, um, averaged 15 yards a catch. I seen some people on Twitter talking about how shit, and I'm quoting them, our offense was now that Odell Beckham's back in the lineup.
Oh, come on.
And that shit was so annoying because he was targeted 9 times. It's not that big of a deal. Kareem Hunt was targeted 7 times. So you can't pull the whole he's forcing Odell Beckham the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um it, it's I don't know. I think our offense was perfectly fine. We had a couple bad drives in the beginning of the game where,
Well, that
we
was
went
play
for
calling.
it.
We went for it on 4th and 1 two
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, and Baker got sacked. It is what it is. But I think Odell Beckham. I mean, I think he looked fine. I think he looked sharp. I think he will fill the void of uh, Jarvis Landry while he's out.
Oh
You know.
yeah, dude. Just watching him, in person, obviously, running routes, running across the field, getting open,
Oh yeah.
jumping for passes. He looked healthy.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
wasn't timid. He wasn't, bracing for impact or anything like that. He had a couple on the sideline catches. Um, he got hit a couple times, which that's what everyone kind of holds their breath when it happens.
Oh
But
yeah. No,
um,
I was.
he got right back up and um, he
Yeah.
looked good.
Yeah.
His numbers are only going to increase. It was his first game back in almost a full year, so they're going to get in sync. I mean they the difference between last season and this season is this whole off season. Every video I saw, Baker and Odell were throwing. They were running routes. He was
Yep.
obviously not 100%, but they were getting that chemistry going. Last year they didn't do that, from what I understand, because of COVID. You couldn't really do anything.
Yeah.
So that's going to play a factor. They're going to get in sync, and I'll take 5 for 75 his first game back. What is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Targeted 9 times, yeah, 7, 8 catches out of 9 targets, sure, that'll come. But at the very first game, I'll take 5 for 75 all day.
Right. Yeah. I'll take it. Like I said, I have nothing to complain about when it comes to OBJ and Baker Mayfield getting him the ball. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like you said, every video you've seen of them in the off season, they were working out together. They were throwing passes to each other, just building that chemistry. And it's just another year of more chemistry than they had last year. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
even last year, it was I never even thought about the whole Browns play better without OBJ. Did they play better without him? Unfortunately, yeah. But like I've said,
That's
you
just
know,
making adjustments,
ba-
though.
Baker Mayfield said we just came together as a team. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It sucks that he wasn't a part of it, but they just grew and came together as a team. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with him going out. So we'll see how he plays moving forward. Moving on, Browns versus Vikings preview in Minnesota. Um, this is gonna be. They got the Browns -2 over under of 52. Um, I don't know. I think this will be a good game. Um, the the Vikings lost to what? Cincinnati week 1, and then Kansas City, and then they lost to Indianapolis last week? No.
Oh,
No, my bad. My bad. I'm looking at their preseason games.
uh,
The Vikings, they lost to Cincy week 1, and then they lost to Arizona, and then they beat Seattle last week.
yeah.
So, um I, I don't know. I think,
Who was the
you
second
know,
team you said they lost to? Oh, Arizona. Arizona.
Arizona. Yeah. We just have to. I put pressure on Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean?
100%.
Make him turn the ball over. He has no INTs this year. Make him turn the ball over. You know what I
One
mean?
thing I will say so far that I just noted since you were talking, since his defense isn't that great, we saw that on Thursday. They got almost shredded by the Jaguars.
Yep.
Seattle's defense has never been that good. In Arizona, I think they're kind of in the middle. Yeah, they have Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt, but they're kind of average. I think our defense on paper is better than all three, personally.
Um, Definitely better than Seattle and the Bengals for sure. I bias me would say the Browns defense is better than the Cardinals too, but you know, who knows until we play them. But like
Right.
I said, get to Kirk Cousins, pressure him. He's an average quarterback. You know what I mean? Kirk Cousins is not great. It's well known. You know, get to him and pressure him, make him turn the ball over. You
The
know?
one good thing about pressuring Kirk Cousins is unlike Justin Fields, unlike Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
he's not mobile.
Oh yeah, 100. Yeah. Yep.
So definitely use that to our advantage. I mean, yeah, he's a decent thrower of the football. I'd say he's an average. I mean, I'll keep using average because that's what he is.
Right.
But if you get in his face, he's not going to make you miss like Mahomes or just. I mean, Justin Fields didn't do it, but he could have. There were a
Right.
couple plays he got outside the pocket, but um, Kirk Cousins can't do that. So,
Yeah, and I think our secondary plays a big factor in this game.
oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Dalvin Cook being out, questionable.
And I think even if he does go, there's no way he's 100%. If he's still
Oh,
questionable till right now,
right,
he ain't
right,
100%.
right. So, that's a big blow to them, even though, their backup running back's not terrible. He's not a scrub, but even then with Dalvin Cook playing, I still think the Browns give him a hard time.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, um, that's it's just what it is. You know what I mean? Um, it's I don't know. I would like to see um, the defense just all around keep up the pressure. The same thing they did with. I don't want to say the same thing they did with Justin Fields, but you know, Kirk Cousins is more experienced than Justin Fields. I have to give him that
Oh yeah.
respect. You know what I mean? But send the pressure to him. You know, let's see Jeremiah Owusu fucking coming after him.
Definitely.
Want to see
The
that
one
that Grant Delpit blitz again too that we saw.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, Harrison too. I mean, he blitzed last week a couple times.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, the one thing I guess is my biggest question mark. That's what I was talking about earlier. Um, Newsom's out.
yeah.
So what can Greedy do? This is his time to shine, so to speak. He lost
He's
his.
gonna play.
He's starting. Yeah, he's starting for Newsom. Um, he lost a spot to Newsom, which Newsom's a stud. We knew that coming in, he was probably going to be starting. But we haven't really seen what Greedy can do because the schemes we run, he's not really in the slot a lot. It's mainly Troy Hill or Harrison stepping up, that sort of thing. So he hasn't really had a fair share of plays where you can be like, oh, Greedy, he stepped up on that play. So this is a
Right.
really good true test for him. I really don't see him. Usually the Browns, at least so far these last 2 weeks, they haven't shadowed anybody. Whatever side the main receiver lined up on, it was either Newsom or Ward. They weren't following around. I honestly could see them doing that tomorrow and having Ward follow Justin Jefferson and just have um, Greedy guard Thielen or whoever the heck the other outside receiver is.
I like it.
That's kind of what I see. I could be wrong. They may, let Greedy take his chances, but Justin Jefferson is a ridiculous wide receiver.
Oh yeah.
So I would hate to see Greedy get toasted, you know, playing man on man with Justin Jefferson, and everyone's like, oh, there's the same old Greedy. You know what I mean? So
Right.
let Ward shadow him. He's he's a great corner, and Jefferson's a great receiver. Maybe they can just cancel each other out. I know Adam Thielen has made a lot of plays in his career, but he's older, he's slower, he's not as flashy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I would be more confident with him guarding someone like that.
Yeah. Our secondary's got to step up, you know,
Yeah.
regardless if Newsom was in or not. You know what I mean? They still are going to have to play big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, another thing I want to see some big plays this week.
Yeah.
Like think about like the play action pass against the Titans last week
Yep.
to
Yep.
DPJ, or not last week but last year. I want to see that, or a big Chubb run, a
Yeah. I
40-yard
agree. I
touchdown,
agree. We
or
actually haven't seen many play action big play passes.
right,
That one
right,
against Kansas City to Njoku, but that's really it. So maybe they're not
yeah,
opening. They haven't done that against or Houston or Chicago because they didn't need to, which I get. So
right,
I think you're right. I think we do see some sort of, whether it's a trick play, a big play action play, something where a guy like,
yeah. I mean,
DPJ or a Higgins or
or
someone like
Schwartz. I mean,
that.
you know,
Schwartz, yeah.
all he's got to do is run in a straight line. You know,
Yeah. No one's
I
catching
mean,
him.
don't do anything else because he might. We didn't. I don't think he saw many targets last week
No, I don't think so either.
because
Uh,
of. I don't want to say because of like, his issue, but like the balls that he missed or
stopped
stopped
on the
running
route. Yeah.
on against Houston. Um, Let me look this up because I don't think he saw many targets. If he saw any, it'd be a shame, but
Yeah.
yeah, he saw one target.
So
Man,
Odell had 9 and Kareem had 7. That's 16, so 15 other passes. I wonder who was targeted.
two went to Donovan Peoples-Jones. Two went to Hollywood. Austin Hooper saw three. Demetric Felton saw three, and then Harrison Bryant saw two.
Oh, okay. So pretty spread out
So
then.
all people that I would like to see be targeted before Anthony Schwartz.
Yeah.
Honest,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
let's be
agree there.
real here. You know what I mean? Everybody else is can make
Yeah,
big
and now
plays.
that Odell is back, I mean, he was kind of filling Odell's role as far as
Oh
the
yeah,
deep guy, the speedster who can, get open. Odell's not as fast as Anthony Schwartz, but he can get open a lot better, I
yeah.
think, than Anthony Schwartz.
Oh
So I
yeah, I
think we'll
agree.
see him a lot in, like you said last year, the DPJ role, where they run a real deep play action pass. I could see that being Anthony Schwartz
Yeah,
or
I mean,
Odell. I don't know.
I would say let Schwartz run it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Let him run it.
Yeah, there's definitely other routes on the play, and if you keep Odell in there and have him run like a post or something, they're gonna double team him. So use him as
Yeah,
a decoy in situations like that.
yeah. I mean, treat Anthony Schwartz like you treat Tyreek Hill in a sense. Just have him outrun his damn defender.
Yeah,
You know, with more time, I think Anthony Schwartz would be solid. I think it's just an experience.
yeah, and he was thrown in there because, or from our perspective, he was thrown in there. They may have known all offseason that Odell wasn't going to be ready by week 1 or week
Right,
2,
right, right.
but it looked like to us that he was thrown in there because Odell was questionable all the way up until game time.
Yeah,
But first 2 games, he's a rookie. I mean, first game of his career, he played the freaking Kansas City Chiefs. So, um, he's going to have those rookie mistakes, jitters, blunders, so to speak. But I think he'll definitely come around.
now, speaking of the offense and everything, let's talk about Baker Mayfield slander. Where do we stand with Baker Mayfield slander? Are we accepting some Baker Mayfield slander? Is no Baker Mayfield slander allowed? Or does Baker Mayfield deserve some slander? Where are we at with that?
Um, I think if you're going to slander Baker, with just like any quarterback, it's got to be a week to week judgment basis. Like you can't say, week 4 Baker Mayfield's trash because he threw a pick against Kansas City in week 1. You know what I mean? Like you can't use that as your current argument to say that he's bad. Yes,
Right.
he had that blunder in week 1. Yes, he was literally getting tackled as he threw it. I get it. Same thing with week 2. Yes, he threw a pick. Yes, Anthony Schwartz stopped on the route. Shouldn't have been a pick. So yes, he has 2 picks to 2 touchdowns, which doesn't look great on paper. But if you look at the other stats that really matter, he's efficient, like we knew he would be.
Yeah.
He's only thrown, I think, around 50 passes because we haven't needed it, but he's doing his job. He's not throwing
He's
pick after pick or,
yeah.
taking sacks, losing fumbles. He's doing what we need him to do in the role as a quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, and he's doing it just fine.
So Baker Mayfield has a QBR of 102.1. He has 59 completions on 80
Oh, 80
attempts,
passes. Maybe, yeah, okay.
which, I mean, hey, he's only missed 21 passes.
Yeah.
He has a completion percentage of 73.8. Like I said, he's fifth in the league, um, behind Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, Teddy Bridgewater, and Dak Prescott. Um, and you know he's averaging 260 pass yards a game, 9 yards an attempt. He has 2 touchdowns and 2 INTs. Um, I don't think he's got no fumbles. Dak Prescott's got 3 fumbles. So, just to gives you some perspective, I don't think Baker Mayfield deserves any slander. He hasn't played terrible. He hasn't played bad. These first compared to the one season, not last year, because Baker Mayfield played good last year. The year before that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he
Compared
started last year
to,
rough, though.
oh yeah, yeah. But the first 3 games compared to the first 3 games last year and his sophomore season, Baker Mayfield's playing a million times better.
Yeah.
A million times better. So I don't think any Baker Mayfield slander is even called for. You know what I mean? You have down here that he's on pace for 400K passing yards, or 4,000.
400K.
4,000. My bad. 400K. God damn, that's a lot of passing yards.
Lost a lot of that.
4,000 passing yards. So, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah, and it's still pretty early to tell too. I mean,
Yeah,
yes, the fun thing to do, the easy thing to do for any media member, any person on Twitter, as soon as the Browns do something somewhat not good, is to blame it on Baker Mayfield. They've
yeah,
done it since he was drafted. First couple of seasons, yeah, it was kind of warranted. This season, I don't think it's the mistakes he's made haven't been warranted or haven't been 100% his fault at all. So yeah, now if he goes out this tomorrow and throws 3 interceptions that are all his fault Monday morning, sure, he deserves to be slandered a little bit.
so,
But if he goes out tomorrow and throws 2 touchdowns, doesn't turn the ball over in his 19 of 30, and we win the game, I better not hear anything.
yeah,
Like nothing. I mean,
right,
they do it because it's easy, and I don't know, people just must not like the guy.
yeah,
But it seems like that's a lot of what it stems from is just a personal dislike other than what he's actually doing on the field.
yeah, and a lot of it is I see a lot of Baker Mayfield slander with like Steelers fans,
Oh, Steelers fans and Cincy fans and Baltimore fans.
like
Like, come on now.
don't get me wrong, like I hate the Steelers, but I'll still tell you that Ben Roethlisberger throughout his overall career was a great quarterback.
Yeah.
Is he shit now? 100%. Put him in a nursing home. Dude's ass cheeks. Yeah. Fuck you, Steelers fans. And your quarterback fucking sucks. He's the worst quarterback in the AFC North. I
Viewer
don't.
discretion advised.
I don't give a shit. But overall career, of course, Ben Roethlisberger is great. But I see so many Steelers fans just saying, "Yeah, if you guys had a better quarterback, you guys would be going to the Super Bowl." Where do people get this stuff from?
The other one I hate is the Burrow is better than Mayfield comparison.
Get
Like,
the
are you on drugs?
fuck out of here. Joe
The
Burrow
guy has played
barely
a total of 4 games in his career.
and
Maybe more. Maybe it's
just
like 10 games.
Thursday night, Joe Burrow barely beat the friggin' Jags.
They were down 14 and a half.
Don't get me wrong, I like Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he
He's
ain't
an
better
Ohio,
than Baker.
he's an Ohio boy, you know. It is what it is. But dude, so far he is, bro. Come on now. Somebody, I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah,
The
I
whole
saw it on Thursday night after they won.
God, Joe Burrow. What is he? I want to see what the hell. Let me see.
I was gonna
Hold
look
on.
up how many games he's actually played in his career. Um,
Joe Burrow has friggin' yeah. He's no,
Let me see.
and he's not
So he's
playing
played 14
terrible.
games in his career. That's it.
He's not playing terrible. I
No.
mean, he's got a QBR of 94, a completion percentage of 67. 3,600 yards, and a 22-9 touchdown to interception ratio. He's been sacked 43 times. He got sacked 32 times last year, which is on average 2 times a game. He's not playing terrible.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying he's bad by any means, but it's way too early to say that he's better than Baker Mayfield.
100%.
I'm not saying he won't be, but because their offense is obviously different than ours. But
Baker Mayfield threw 27 touchdown passes in his rookie season. That's more than Joe Burrow has in his first. Okay, so Baker Mayfield's first 14 games, his rookie season, threw 27 touchdown passes. Through Joe Burrow's first 14 games last year and this year, he's got 22. To 9 interceptions, Baker Mayfield had 14, whatever, but he threw for 3,700 yards.
Mm-hmm.
In his rookie season, Joe Burrow doesn't even have that in, 14 games. So I'm just comparing rookie seasons, but he's not better than Baker Mayfield. Lead your team to the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, get out of the dumpster of the AFC North before you are saying that your quarterback is better than ours. Fix your offensive line before you say.
When's the last time the Bengals won a playoff game?
I honestly couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
In a while. Never won one under friggin'
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah, Marvin Lewis. Never won one under Andy Dalton, so I don't want to put them together because, like I said, I like Joe Burrow, but yeah. Overall, Baker Mayfield slander is not allowed. We are not listening to Baker Mayfield slander. I'm all aboard the Baker Mayfield train. 100% made me eat my words on any bad thing I said about him. And I admitted that last year when I said Baker Mayfield has to play good this year for the Browns to, keep him. If he would have played bad last year, I would have said, wash our hands with him, throw the checkbook at Dak Prescott. Baker Mayfield came out, played like a top 5 quarterback the second half of the year, led us to the playoffs, led us to a playoff victory, competed against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Nothing more I need to see. And people want to slander Baker Mayfield. Do you want us to go get Jeff Garcia again? You want to go through the fucking Jason Campbell era again?
Yeah.
Oh, how about let's get RG3 back?
Let's get Johnny Manziel back. Sean Kaiser.
You have one winning season and people forget what we went through to get to Baker Mayfield. And they want to slander him because he throws 2 picks.
Right.
Come on, dude. Know where you came from. Humble yourself.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
As a Browns fan, I know where we've been, which makes me appreciate Baker Mayfield a million times more. Do I hate when he does bad? 100%. Has he consistently played bad? Not since the first half of last year.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
With that being said, no more about Baker Mayfield. I think we got our points across of Baker Mayfield slander is uncalled for. It's not necessary. You guys are smoking crack if you think Baker Mayfield deserves any slander already this year. So with that being said, let's jump into the 5th quarter, the best segment, the quick picks, locks, and upsets. Week 3, I beat Sean 14-12. Came through with that massive major upset, Cowboys over the Eagles, and they beat the shit out of the Eagles. So yeah. Let me go through. Do you have your locks and upsets yet?
You can go first if you have them.
I don't.
Oh.
But my man, there aren't many good games on this week.
LA versus Arizona.
I'm talking about in terms of upsets.
Oh.
Man, this is tough. Okay, I got this. My upset. The Raiders over the Chargers. Derek Carr playing magnificent. Dude is throwing for 1,200 yards already. So yeah, my upset's going to be Raiders over the Chargers. And then my lock is going to be... My lock is going to be Ooh, I got to be careful with this one because I'm trying to win. I can't go out on the. I can't go out and be ballsy. I can't do it. My lock is gonna be the Cowboys over the Panthers.
That's your lock?
Yeah, Dallas is favored to win. About 4.5. Yeah, that's my lock. I thought they'd be favored to lose because the Panthers are 3-0, but never bet against the Cowboys, baby. So yeah, my upset is the Raiders over the Chargers. And my lock is going to be the Cowboys over the Panthers. The floor is yours.
Okay. My lock this week, I will, let me scroll down, let's see, just to make sure. Okay, my lock this week, I'm going to go with the Packers over the Steelers, just to rub it in the Steelers fans' faces, because I hope they get absolutely demolished. My upset, I'm actually going to go with the Colts to upset the Dolphins. I think that's kind of a safe one. Two is still out. They're playing with Jacoby Brissett. Colts, they're going to win eventually. Their defense is good enough. So I think this could be a week where they, Carson Wentz may have one of his few good games. And I think they could sneak one out.
Yeah, I mean, I never want to root for the Colts, or I don't want to say root for the Colts, but say that they're going to win. But as long as Tua's out, Miami's not doing a damn thing. It is what it is. So, with that being said, first game, we got Washington versus Atlanta. Give me Washington.
Yeah, I like Washington in this game, too. Their defense is better.
Yeah, and I need Terry McLaurin to give me a 35 piece this week. You know what I mean?
35 piece.
Yes, sir. And then we got Detroit versus Chicago. Man,
this is tricky.
Justin Fields is starting. I almost picked this as my upset. Justin Fields is starting. This is a tricky one. I might fuck around and pick the Lions, man.
I'm picking the Lions.
I don't know, dude.
I don't like Jared Goff, but man, they seem to be a little starting to get it together.
The Lions just put it to the Ravens, man.
Yeah,
if it wasn't
bro.
for Justin Tucker. So yeah, I'm
taking the Lions as well.
I'm picking the Lions. You picked the Colts over the Dolphins. I'm gonna pick the Colts too. Like I said, as long as Tua's out, the offense is shit. Sorry, Dolphins fans. Then we got the Giants versus the Saints. I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Saints too, for obvious reasons.
The Giants just, I don't know, man.
They can't seem to get over the hump. They have like a couple good games, and then you look at the record, they're 0-3.
Yeah, that game they played against, who they play?
Washington.
Washington, that primetime game. It was a good game. Daniel Jones didn't play bad. But I think after this year, I think they need to get rid of Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I think so too.
Draft another quarterback. Draft C.J. Stroud.
Ew.
I'm kidding. So yeah, I'm picking the Saints. Then we have Philly versus the 1-2 Kansas City Chiefs. Imagine being a Chiefs fan. You're like, but I'm gonna pick the Chiefs either way.
Yeah, bro. The Chiefs may win by 30. They are not gonna lose 3 games in a row.
Bro, listen.
I don't see it happening.
The Cowboys just put up 40 on the Eagles.
The Chiefs may put up 60. They're coming for blood.
Whoever has Tyreek Hill is gonna have a good week in fantasy.
I hope I have them.
Unless they don't throw to him again.
They're going to see a Tampa performance.
Shit, maybe. And you're playing me, so maybe. Then we have Seattle versus San Francisco. This is a tricky game. Aren't their running backs hurt, San Fran?
Mitchell's back. And they have Trey Sermon. But Tyler Lockett's out.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got Chris Carson. So
he's
I don't
out
know.
too.
Is he? No, he's not. Fucking liar. Who did San Fran just play last week? I watched the game. They played the Packers. Yeah, they gave Aaron Rodgers 30 seconds and he came down and won it.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, it says Lockett's questionable, but it's a hip injury. So
I'm gonna take the Niners.
yeah, I like the Niners in this game because they can run the ball and they have a good defense.
Yeah.
I
George
think
Kittle's questionable though.
Yeah, that is true. That's true. It could be a good one. I mean, it may be a shootout, kind of last possession, whoever gets a stop,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Still gonna take
But
San Fran.
I like San Fran. Yeah.
Then this was your lock, Pittsburgh. You got Green Bay over Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be an onslaught. Aaron Jones is gonna rush for 3-4 touchdowns.
I hope so.
The Steelers suck, dude. Like, people don't understand. They're saying on First Take that this is the worst Steelers team that we have ever seen. I agree. I don't even got to ask you if you saw the video. You saw the video of Big Ben throwing the ball in the backfield.
Falling down, getting tackled by a ghost. Yeah.
Are you an old man?
He cannot move, dude.
Like, are you an old man? So, I don't know.
Not to mention, Juju's banged up. Deontay Johnson's banged up. Chase Claypool hurt his hamstring in practice.
What's his name? TJ Watt is still banged up.
Yeah.
So
Big Ben just lives his life banged up.
So yeah, give me Green Bay. Then we have, this was my upset, the Raiders over the Chargers. Give me the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm God, this is tough because Justin Herbert just lit up the Chiefs. Man, I'm glad this game's a primetime game because this could be a fucking shootout.
And this is the Raiders' second primetime game in 4 weeks.
I'm actually gonna take
Holy shit.
Chargers.
Okay, interesting.
Because the Raiders' run game right now, if the Chargers could figure out a way to stop the passing game, which they did to the Chiefs, so if they could do it to the Chiefs, they can do it to the Raiders. The Raiders have no run game. Jacobs is banged up. Kenyon Drake is Kenyon Drake, and they freaking brought in Peyton Barber, who has been a third-string running back his entire career. Right. So if they somehow can slow down Derek Carr and Darren Waller and those guys, it may be a tricky game for the Raiders.
I agree. Not a bad pick, though. Let me see. So the next game we have is Houston versus Buffalo. God, this is going to be a shit show. Especially if Davis Mills is still playing. Yeah, give me Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo. They dropped 40 last week, I think.
Yeah, on the Washington football team.
God damn.
Buffalo's they're favored 16.5 points.
Jesus Christ.
So this next game was my my lock, Dallas over Carolina, which I think is risky. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Panthers, but what's his name's out?
Who? Oh, McCaffrey? Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna take Dallas solely for that reason. But don't sleep on Carolina though. This doesn't mean knocking Carolina. They've been playing pretty decent.
Oh no, yeah,
this is a lot better than it has been.
Yeah, they're 3-0 for a reason. You know what I mean? I think the Cowboys are on a hot streak. I think they're, do I think the Cowboys are the better team? No.
They're more skilled.
Yes. Their defense came alive last week. They may have found with Michael Parsons. They got him lining up on the line. Yeah,
he was a freaking outside linebacker in college.
Because fast. Who got hurt on their defense?
Lawrence. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And Michael Parsons was just, Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Zeke didn't play bad. He had 2 touchdowns last week. And
finally.
And Dak favors that freaking tight end.
Yeah.
What's his name? Dalton Scholes or something like that? I picked him up on my fantasy team. You never know. Whatever. So yeah, give me the Cowboys. Then we got Browns versus Vikings. Every day of the week, give me the Browns. Twice on Sunday, baby. You already know the deal. Browns are favored to win by 2. Definitely think they win by more than that.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Browns. I'll say 34-24.
34-24. I like that. Maybe we see a couple more. Maybe Baker throws 4 touchdown passes this week.
Could be like Dallas last year.
Sign me up. Then we got Tennessee versus the Jets. This could get ugly real fast, but Julio's not playing. Derrick Henry could rush for 250 yards.
He might, bro.
Like serious, no joke.
Yeah.
And the Jets are being don't want to say the Jets are being handed this game because they just suck that bad, but they should not get blown out, and they potentially might.
I will say if you just looked at this game on the schedule, without you came off the street, you only looked at the Tennessee Titans record, you looked at the Jets record, and not all the bullshit that the Jets are doing on offense, you could say, this might be a trap game. But because AJ's out, Julio's out,
yeah,
I think the Jets are just too bad for it to even matter. I think Derrick Henry's they're going to just run the ball every single play, and he's probably going to rush for 300 yards and carry the Jets defense into the end zone. So it may be close, and when I say close, I mean kind of low scoring, because I don't think you'll see a lot of Tannehill touchdowns, but I think the Titans are going to handle this game pretty easily.
Yeah. The next game I wish was prime time. I really do. Arizona versus the Rams. God, this is going to be a good game. I don't know who to pick. I want to pick the Rams because their defense is just that fucking good. You seen what they did to Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
I'm picking the Rams.
Yeah, dude, I'm picking the Rams all day. I don't know if there's a game this year that I won't pick them unless they fall off. But so far, they look like a Super Bowl team. They've got it all.
Stafford is playing great.
And they still don't even have a true run game yet. Imagine what can happen if they finally figure that out.
Literally. Cooper Kupp is leading the league in fucking passing yards. Or receiving yards.
Yeah.
I got him on my fantasy team. So I'm very thankful. But yeah, no.
I think the Cardinals defense is better than Tampa Bay's. So you may not see like a 450-yard passing game from Matt Stafford.
Right.
But I think it could definitely be a shootout, 100%.
I could see it being like I don't know. I don't want to say a low-scoring game, but like 21-14 or something like that.
Oh, no way. These offenses, dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah, but the Rams defense.
The Cardinals defense ain't that good.
The Rams defense is good, is what I'm saying.
I know, but yeah. And Kyler Murray, it's going to be a good one. Like, remember last year the Bills and Cardinals? They literally scored on back-to-back series the entire game, and it literally came down to the last play when he threw a Hail Mary to Hopkins. I could see it being that type of game.
Yeah, I could see that. And then we have Baltimore versus Denver. This was going to be my lock, but it was too close. Denver's only favored to win by 1.
Denver's favored?
Yeah.
No way.
On Yahoo Sports right now, it says Denver is favored to win by 1.
Where the hell is that game? Denver. Where I'm at on Bing has Baltimore favored to win. I don't know what the spread is, doesn't say. But, oh man, it's going to be a tricky one, dude.
Look at ESPN because so Baltimore, Denver, why is it not giving me an over under? Yahoo Sports just doesn't. Okay, so Yahoo Sports it's a matchup predictor. Or not Yahoo Sports, ESPN matchup predictor has Denver 54.7% chance of winning.
Wow. I mean, their defense is good enough.
Yeah, the spread on ESPN has the Ravens -1.
Still, -1 is way too close. I mean, it's damn near even.
Like every website's different. You know what I mean? That's going to be a good game. I think I'm going to pick the Broncos.
Yeah, dude.
Teddy Bridgewater don't make mistakes, man.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't turn the ball over. And Baltimore's defense isn't what it used to be. It's in Denver. They've got somewhat of a running game. They're starting to click even without Jerry Jeudy. I'm going to take Denver, too, because I don't like the Ravens.
I mean, the Ravens played against the Lions and almost lost last week. So
That's true.
I know it's a different week, and it's, anybody's game on any given Sunday. I get it, but I'm going to go with Denver. Then we got the last game of the week. We got Monday night, Tampa Bay in New England. Tom Brady returns to New England, wins by 21.
Yeah, I don't think Tampa's losing this game. It'll be cool to see him back in Foxborough. Him and Bill Belichick and McDaniels. Gronk won't be there; he's hurt. But I think the Patriots will do decent. I don't think they'll get blown out by a ton. Like they'll score and things like that. But I think Brady is definitely going to be a kind of a stickler with like
Yeah,
a you miss me, don't you type of game, and
I
he's
think he
going to do
throws
what Tom
4
Brady does.
touchdowns.
Yeah, I could see him doing well. Antonio Brown is back, so
Yeah, give me Tampa Bay. Um, and then we didn't go over this week's Thursday night game, Cincinnati versus Jacksonville. Did we make a pick for that game?
I thought we did last week. For this week, I
Um,
don't know. I could be wrong. I
I
mean, I
don't.
would have picked Cincy anyway, but
Yeah, I would have picked Cincinnati anyway because it's Jacksonville. I'll never pick Jacksonville. Um, so maybe that won't be counted with the tally. I don't know. I'm trying to pull up week 5 to see the Thursday night game.
it's a good one. I saw a commercial for it.
And why is my internet doing this? Let me look it up on my phone.
LA versus Seattle.
Oh, give me LA.
Yeah, for sure, LA.
Not even worried about that. Seattle, come on now.
Oh, we'll have to pick a. Well, there's a game next week at 9:30 in the morning because they're playing in London. Do you want to do that game too?
What?
Yeah.
The Jets
I
and
guess we.
Falcons?
I guess we release at 9 a.m. We could do it next week.
Yeah, we can pick that. Yeah, I mean, I already know who I'm gonna pick, but yeah, we'll just do Thursday night game for next week. I officially got the Rams. I think you do too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that being said, that's gonna do it. That's gonna wrap it up. Yeah. Anything else to add? You want to talk about the giveaway? I'll
Oh
go.
yeah.
So that'll be
Well,
tomorrow.
we'll do the drawing after the game
Yeah.
most likely. So if you're listening to this and it's tomorrow morning and you're like, oh crap, I didn't know about it. If you go like, retweet our pinned tweet, and if you don't already follow us on Twitter at Fifth Quarter Show _, and you have a chance to win a kind of pretty dope hoodie from GV Artwork. If you don't know who GV Artwork is, they're Cleveland-based, Northeast Ohio sports memorabilia, hoodies, T-shirts, that whole thing. But they're local, so we want to support them. Pretty dope hoodie though. So if you haven't seen it, go check out our page. Like I said, retweet and follow us to enter to get a chance to win that.
Love it. Can I win? Do I have a chance to win?
Did you retweet it?
Yeah.
No.
That's
That
fine.
is a dope hoodie though.
It
I
is.
fuck
It's
with it.
yeah. It's
I
a
might
dope.
buy it for myself. Yeah.
Buy 2 of them. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it. If you don't got anything else to add, um, go Browns as always. Maybe we come out of this week 3-1. Would love to see it. Um, and yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. And as always, we'll see you guys on the other side.